guys, welcome to AFRICUNIA TV. This is Health Talk and we are going to be discussing war against addiction. My name is Ann Bassi and with me is
Joseph Shunaiki.
Guys, today we're going to be discussing addiction. I know you guys cannot wait to understand the whole concept of addiction. So sit back, take your tea, we will be back. Welcome back, guys. Before we left, we said we're going to be talking about addiction. So we are here to bisect addiction. So Joseph, what is addiction?
Good. Addiction is a disorder of the brain's reward system that leads to a form of compulsive engagement. Okay. Compulsive engagement in addictive stimuli. Now, despite adverse consequences to self and to others. What I mean is that someone who is addicted have this kind of uncontrollable desire, for the same stimuli that's causing addiction. No matter what the person is going through, we keep seeking for the same stimuli.
Okay.
All right.
So is addiction a biological process?
Yeah, according to the brain disease model, addiction is a biological process. In fact, it is the continuous exposure, to the same addictive stimuli that develops and maintains addiction. So the pathology in addiction, are with me, is the repeated exposure, to an addictive stimuli. Now, that process drives and maintains addiction according to the brain disease model. In a very simplified manner, whenever I see someone, who is addicted, maybe to nicotine, taking nicotine continuously, despite harms in various ways, like financial deficiency, let me say inability to continue his duty at office, or any form of psychological harm from dependency. That individual is a victim or sufferer to keep going for the same nicotine on and on. Same thing with some behaviors like gambling, because we also have behavioral addiction. So addiction indeed is a biological process, and it can be defined somewhat technically as about psychosocial disorder. All right, that this is a compulsive indulgence, to seek a desired stimuli. All right, and that desired stimuli can be intoxication, it can be gambling, it can be eating of chocolates. But no matter what it takes, the same individual, suffers harm, and those around him also suffers harm as well. So it is a biological process.
So this is very complex yet interesting.
Okay.
So now one would ask, what's the difference between a habit and addiction? Can you call a habit an addiction?
Yeah, an habit, that is harmful to self and to others is an addiction.
Interesting.
Yes.
So it has to be harmful for it to be called addiction.
Exactly.
Okay. So would you say my waking up in the morning and the first thing I go to is my phone is an addiction?
Well, provided it is causing, it's provided it's not causing any harm, but the moment it's causing harm and you cannot stop it, because what brings about addiction technically is that there is a destruction of the reward system in the brain. They are due to dependency. Dependency means when an individual is experiencing withdrawal syndrome due to what? Cessation of exposure to a stimuli. What it means is that if they use a phone, we lead to what? Some negative symptoms in the person's life. That's called somatic effect. All right. Somatic effect means that it affects that individual deeply. If the use of phone can cause bodily harm and psychological harm to the person, then that's addiction. Because the brain is wired to always reward the person whenever the phone is being used. So no matter what goes on, no matter the time consumed on the phone, the same individual will continue to use the phone, no matter what the case may be. Just like phone addiction, for someone who is an alcoholic, they suffer diabetes and other issues like that. But you realize that despite being a victim of some medical issues, the alcoholic will still consume alcohol on and on. So the brain is designed, to always get this reward from taking alcohol, and that leads to dependency. So the moment there is dependency, then the addiction is already there. So an habit normally will not cause addiction, not lead to addiction, provided there is no harm to self and to others on one hand, and provided all the mechanisms involved, like the epigenetic mechanism and the transcriptional mechanism, are not creating addiction. That means they're not altering the reward system in the brain, okay, to favor that person whenever there's addiction. Favor there means that there will be a kind of let me say desired effects, okay. That's the reward, like an intoxication. So there's a reward for taking those harmful substances or engaging those habits.
There's a question bubbling in my head, but we'll have the answer when we're back. Guys, stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. I know I see a lot of questions on your face. Don't worry, we're going to answer it. That's what the show is. It's here to educate you and to entertain you. Guys, don't forget that this show is brought to you by AFRICUNIA TV. To stay tuned for more entertaining content, remember to follow us on our social media handles at AFRICUNIA TV on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Stay tuned. Now, before we went, there was this question boiling in my mind. Now, is it possible to be addicted to a particular action or attitude without having knowledge that you're addicted to it?
Exactly, it is 100% possible.
Wow.
In fact, we call that cultural addiction.
Interesting.
It's sort of behavior addiction. For example, gambling. Gambling can just start in a very simple way, but once an individual is in it, addiction normally takes people unaware. So the culture of gambling, the culture of passing can overwhelm an individual. That you find some people gambling even with their last dime. People partying even when they have IBP. Because without partying, there'll be what side effects from the body, from the brain. And that side effect is what is called withdrawal syndrome. Okay, so there is a dependency on all those activities. So the best thing to do is to prevent it by educating people so they can deal with it.
So you heard it. We are here to educate them to prevent it. So let's talk about the examples of addictive stimuli. Yeah.
There are common examples of addiction. Okay, for example, nicotine addiction. Okay, alcoholic addiction, drug addiction. We have marijuana. We have other drugs. Okay, now nicotine addiction is very common. You see some people smoking on and on, despite the warning on TV, they keep smoking. Now, the fact there is that the brain is wired to keep taking that substance. Are you with me? So that substance has an effect on the brain over time. So by consuming nicotine over time, the brain has developed kind of acceptance for it, number one. Number two, it has developed another thing that is called what continuity or continuity. To the point that a smoker, okay, of cigarettes or marijuana can keep smoking till death.
Wow.
You see some people smoking even in their old age.
Yeah, I see that a lot.
Some people are not feeling fine, they are still smoking. Some people smoke until they have cancer. And the fact there is addiction alone, the cost of treating addiction and maintaining it alone is more like the cost of treating cancer and diabetes in America.
Interesting.
So there's nicotine addiction, very common. You have alcoholic addiction. That's another common addiction in Nigeria. People drinking alcohol even when they have pot bellies, keep drinking alcohol. And some countries are taking alcohol because of the dependency on it. Dependency will come up with this withdrawal syndrome. Withdrawal syndrome simply means the side effects or the symptoms, both physical and emotional, that people suffer due to what? Stoppage, okay, of continuous intake of a substance. So when the person involved fails to take a substance, then there will be side effects. These symptoms are bodily, that's somatic symptoms. They're also emotional, and also affect the person's motivation. Some people, they will say that without drinking alcohol, I can't walk, I can't think, I can't do anything. That's the motivational aspect of it. Some people, they'll be moody, they'll be sad, they'll be angry, or until they just need to take that thing to make them go on. Some, they will be having bodily pain. That's somatic effect. So this addiction, you also have the behavior addiction aspect. That is cultural activities like gambling, like partying, clubbing. So that also is an example of addiction, behavior addiction. So it comes in different. We have behavior addiction, they also have a drug addiction. So we can always overcome the two through what mass enlightenment. Best way to stop addiction is to enlighten people ahead of time before the syndrome takes over.
Interesting. Wait, I know what's running through your mind. That's been a lot, right? Yeah, it's been a lot. But don't forget that the program is here to educate and entertain you. I know you guys have so many questions running through your mind. Yeah, just drop them in the comment section. We'll be there to answer you. Guys, don't forget that this is Health Talk, brought to you by AFRICUNIA TV. Till we meet you again on the next edition, stay tuned.